So the program was actually conceived in 2009, and there was a long period of development of the program, and it began being delivered in 2012 is when we became the coordinator. So the program was in some ways a standard settlement service in the sense that it is helping newcomers to settle in Ontario. What's unique about it is that it's standardized in terms of a pedagogical sort of approach to the content and learning styles of newcomers. It covers a broad range of topics that were determined through significant amount of research and in many different modes. So there's print material, there's online services, and there's in-person services. And through all of those modes, we try to make sure that all newcomers have different points of access to that information for what works for them. It also has, because of that, has no limitations or restrictions in terms of eligibility, which is an issue in traditional settlement services. Certain programs can only be accessed by people with particular types of immigration status. The Orientation to Ontario program is delivered by 32 organizations across Ontario. COSTI is the coordinator of the program, but the services are delivered locally in 32 different communities. Well, I guess there's two goals. The ultimate goal, of course, is to facilitate the settlement and the integration of newcomers, irrespective of how they got here and why they got here or what their particular circumstances are. That's the ultimate goal of all settlement services, and that's the long-term outcome. I think the short-term outcome was exactly what we are doing, which is to ensure that services are accessible, accurate, and holistic.
So this workshop has two major components. First component, which we call the standardized component, which covers the information which is standardized across the province and across the country. So the legal rights, our charter, rights for the people with disabilities, our values which relate to the inclusiveness, whether they are based on religion, creed, sexual orientation, they are all the same values across the province and across the country. The first portion of the workshop, we give them a very brief orientation about what we hold near and dear as Canadians. So we just want them to become aware of also our laws here. We don't want to learn about a law after making a mistake. So whether it's domestic violence, whether it's child abuse, whether it's simply our rights and responsibilities as residents and as Canadians, we want them to be aware about them so they know that what are the accepted norms in this society. So this is what is covered in the standardized orientation, which it takes place in every workshop. The thing which ultimately makes it a success are the customizable resources. Because the client is the king in the workshop. They decide what information they are looking for, and they in fact ultimately end up tailoring every workshop because they are presented all the topics and then they identify that what are their needs. Orientation to Ontario content covers the 16 settlement topic, which includes housing, employment, banking and finance, legal rights, Canadian rights and responsibilities, childcare, higher education, language training. So most of the topics which the newcomers are looking information for are covered by the OTO curriculum. Another feature which also helps improve the efficiency of the program, that we do have the resources. So when the client goes through the resources, they decide on themselves that what resources they can really understand themselves, and for which of the resources or which of the services they may need some guidance. So the workshop gives them the opportunity to identify that what are the things they want to know more in the workshop setting, and what are the things they can take back home with them and just kind of make sense of it and move forward with their life. And plus, the workshop is a platform for the launch of the other community services also. So now they are linked with an agency, with a live person, and even if later, whether it's 6 months down the line, a week after, or maybe 6 years down the line, now they have new settlement needs. They are at a different stage in their life. They know who to come, who to approach. And also the standard workshop gets delivered in multiple languages also, because it does cater to the needs of those clients also who may have language barriers. who may not be able to comprehend the information or understand information and make best use of it in English also. And that brings me to one more point, that all resources are available in English and French. But we have our workshops delivered in many other languages, initially in top 10 languages, which was later on extended to cover 16 languages. And these are the languages which are the most commonly spoken in Ontario among the current newcomers. So we are aware that, different clients have different needs. Initially, the program has only one model, which was a standardized delivery model. It was a 9 to 12-hour workshop. But after the third-party external evaluation, we heard back from our partners, we heard back from the clients, and we took the feedback from everyone that there are some clients who may not really need the same length of the workshop. So we developed what we called a fast track, a shorter version of the workshop also. So the program basically offers a two service delivery model. One is a standardized workshop, which can be between 9 to 12 hours. And the other is a fast track workshop, which is between 7 to 8 hours. So fast track really focuses on the specific settlement needs of the client identified. And they are those clients who have taken care of their initial settlement needs. They are not looking for really the basic information, but now they are looking for more focused information.
Le programme O2O vise à l'amélioration des services d'établissement au niveau de la province. Ce programme a été mis en œuvre en 2012 et il y avait à l'époque une seule organisation qui s'occupait de ça. Depuis lors, nous avons 6 organisations francophones de la région. Nous en avons à Ottawa, à Windsor, à London, à Toronto. Et grâce à la consultation et la collaboration, le réseau de O2O s'est élargi pour inclure plusieurs partenaires. Donc, les ressources francophones en français est appréciées par les partenaires francophones parce que nous faisons des ateliers dans notre propre langue maternelle qui est le français. Je pense que le programme O2O, c'est un très bon programme, très apprécié par le partenaire francophone et également par la communauté francophone. Partout où je vais en province pour observer, vraiment, les gens sont tellement contents, les gens sont contents de voir ce programme-là et ils aimeraient en avoir de plus en plus, que nous puissions l'élargir dans plus d'organisations. Moi, je pense que c'est un programme qui est solide, qui est efficace et qui renforce les capacités d'intervention des intervenants. Également, ça permet également aux usagers de recevoir ces informations-là pour leur établissement au Canada.
We do use various tools to measure the performance of the project through surveys, focus groups, or interviews. We also solicit client feedback, and the client feedback is collected not only directed by us, but also directly by our partners also. In fact, at the end of each workshop, they circulate the survey about how the workshop was delivered and what kind of improvements can be made. So they do get the fresh feedback from the client after each survey. At the program level, because it's a provincially coordinated program by COSTI Immigrant Services, and we are working with 32 partners across the province, so we also feel that for a program like Orientation to Ontario, it is also very important to get the partners' feedback also, that what kind of challenges they are facing and what kind of information they are looking for. They do submit quarterly and annual narrative report, and there is a specific section which does just talk about the successes and challenges faced by the partners, what are the best practices, and most importantly, what are their recommendations, that how they would like us to make the changes in the program moving forward for the next year. And so all their reports, the annual surveys, and the feedback both from the clients and SDA helps us give us a shape to this program, that what kind of new resources should be developed and what else should be incorporated into the program. Like, webinar is one of the examples. We were not doing the webinars from the beginning of the project. And then just talking about becoming aware of the client needs. Right now, we are working on another tool, which is called the chatbot. And we are very excited about it because this will be a live chatbot which people can access from anywhere in the world. At the end of the first year, the first full third-party evaluation took place. And it included, of course, all the partners, and it included the surveys with the client. It included the resources evaluation. It also included the observation visits of different workshops. And it also included the interviews with all the key players. And the focus groups were also conducted to get the feedback from the clients and from the partner agencies. And the evaluation was basically came back with very positive results of this program, that it is very, very well perceived by the clients and by our partner agencies. Basically, the evaluation report concluded that O2O workshop do meet the identified learning objectives for the participants. They introduce them to wide range of services and resources and give them a sense of what they already know and what they still need to learn. Where to get the answers to their key questions. So after almost a year, we did a second evaluation. And the core purpose of the second evaluation was to find out that the information which was provided to the clients in the workshop by the partner agencies through the O2O program, was it useful or not? Was it effective or not? Did it help them in their settlement process or not? So basically, to support the result of that evaluation, 65% of the survey respondents fully agreed that the information they received during these workshops was very helpful. And 30% of the participants partially agreed that the information they received was very helpful. And just to quote that, most of the participants were of the opinion that the O2O gave me the information I needed to get settled. Many a time clients do mention that, oh, you know, my friend is coming and I'm already sharing this information with him because he doesn't have to wait to arrive in Canada to learn and do so many things. Because once he goes to the website, he can still look at so much information which is already available. And especially now with the webinars, they feel that it's almost like attending a mini workshop. We always used to think that it is really designed as a face-to-face delivery because O2O workshops were, especially the workshops features were designed for face-to-face delivery. There were, of course, other resources which were posted online, and there were other webinars which can be accessed online 24/7. But this pandemic showed us that if we put creativity to its best possible use, then yes, without even being in a situation of being face-to-face, we can still deliver this service. Our first online workshop was delivered on 29th of April. And since then, every month on average, between 20 to 30 workshops are being delivered by agencies across the province online. The strength of our program comes from all our partners, because it's not just us who are going out there and designing things and sitting in a silo and thinking that, yes, this is the best resource or this is the best way to deliver the service. No, our strength comes from our partners because they are the ones who are directly in touch with the client. So working in partnership is definitely one of the best practices for us. This program can be customized to meet the needs of the newcomers in the smaller demographic. And this program can also be customized to meet the needs of the clients in larger cosmopolitan cities also. Because there is a standardized element, because after all, our country and our province remains the same. And then the customized information pieces. And those customized information pieces are what I personally think give this program really an edge, because depending upon whether you're delivering this program in a small demographic or in a cosmopolitan city, or to people who have no language barrier or the people who have language barrier, the program can be customized to meet the need of those clients.